It's like, putting on the lip stuff to plump you up,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Are they
right.
looking good?
Hey, what's going on? And happy Thanksgiving, everybody. For First We Feast, I'm Sean Evans, and you're watching Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. And today we're joined by Demi Moore. She's a 3-time Golden Globe Award nominated actress and Hollywood icon who's been blazing trails and drawing us to the box office for decades. She also stars in the acclaimed and much buzzed about body horror film The Substance. For the record, one of my favorite movies of the year. Demi Moore, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
And I also should say, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I think you're the first guest to celebrate that milestone while on Hot Ones. Are you naturally someone who enjoys spicy food? I just don't want to ruin the party.
I didn't want to set myself up for failure. Everyone who knows me knows that I love to eat spicy food. But that said, I don't know what I'm getting myself into here. I don't have my glasses on, so I did bring these in case I needed to see what we're reading.
Yep.
I see Hot Ones Original, the classic hot sauce. All right. Now, how do I do it? Is it already on there?
It's already on there for you.
It is. Okay.
Just dive in.
Okay. It's got like a little bite to it. A little front end kick. I'm just dabbing my nose. It
Go
doesn't
for it,
mean it's
yeah.
too hot for me. It just means my nose is running. Excuse me.
Don't you worry.
Just not a good look. Okay.
So I read that one of the things that motivated you to take this part was when you were reading the script, you thought to yourself, this is either going to be really amazing or a total disaster.
Yes.
Is there something about that kind of actor's dilemma that you find exciting?
It really means that it was holding something that was worth the risk. And I felt that way also about Ghost because it had so many different genres mixed together that truly, I thought this could either be amazing or a fucking disaster. And either way, it's like usually the kind of juice that says, step in, take the risk, roll the dice, let's see what happens. Let's get to the really good stuff. Very Thanksgiving-y.
On theme today.
A little medium entry kick.
Yeah, right.
But much more mild than the first one in terms of its peak point. Okay.
Love the analysis.
Yes.
So in your memoir, Inside Out, you described a tingly feeling that something had struck on the set of St. Elmo's Fire. Is that rare? How often can you tell that a movie's going to be good when you're in the middle of making it?
I think what I must have been saying in that moment is really just kind of a sense of an alignment of something that was unique that hadn't happened before. One, we were telling stories about people our age, which didn't really exist up until that point of all the John Hughes films
Right.
and then St. Elmo's. It was a cultural movement that was taking place because it was in a way, a demographic that hadn't been served. I mean, young people were a little bit more on the edges of stories. It wasn't really about what we were experiencing, what our thoughts, feelings, challenges were. And I think it opened up something that we see today is in a much more driving force of interest. Smoked onion. All right. We ready?
I'm ready.
This is like baby shit. Come on now. Sean,
Yeah.
what are we doing here?
Well, you know what? Let's remember this moment.
Okay.
Let's
I'll
lock
take it in.
Yeah, let's
See, I might be
let's
getting
marinate.
too grandiose.
No,
Might
but I
need
like
to
this
keep my
part.
humility.
I like this.
Okay.
What's the most practical life skill that you've picked up preparing for a role? Like if you take a pottery class in the lead up to Ghost or do boot camp training in the lead up to G.I. Jane, do you ever leave those experiences with like a know-how that endures long after the project?
I think that you take away something in a certain way with everything that you do, if you're looking. Like there was an aspect to, say, G.I. Jane, not just the physical action of it, but once my head was shaved and, there was an awareness that women can tend to approach things a little bit this way and that men go very direct. And when I had no hair and and I had this large body, so I had kind of found this external strength, this unapologetic way of moving forward, and then realized that I wanted to take that and just move it all to the inside, that I didn't need to wear it. I could just be it. Okay, Los Calientes. I'd really like to tell you that this has something to it, but
yeah.
It's got a very subtle, very, very light back end of spice.
Little back end spice. We've gone from front end spice.
It's not baby shit.
Not baby shit.
And it's got some okay flavor. And so maybe I should just be in appreciation of how light and easy these are right now.
No, I kind of like this sort of antagonistic relationship that you're building with the gauntlet already. I like it. Lean into it to me.
Okay.
So you began acting at a time when box office meant everything, and then you go through this, VHS rental and DVD era, and then now here you are with another hit at the time of like streaming wars and the purported death of the theatrical release. What would you say is like the biggest existential threat to movie making, having lived through so many of them throughout your career?
I think it would be the loss of the cinema experience. I think that what's been really interesting to see with The Substance is how it's really pulled people into the theater. And I think the risk, not just in cinema, but in life in general, is that we're moving towards too much isolation. And I think it's our communal experience that allows us to connect with one another when we have those shared experiences. And I think, while I truly love streaming and appreciate it, and think that there is an aspect that's quite additive in, for all of us, I hope that we can find, a middle ground with bringing us all back to the theater to really not lose that. Apple Caraway.
It is kind of a step up, but I'm sure nothing that you can't handle. Again, very autumnal, very on theme, very Thanksgiving, I feel like.
People could put this on their Turkey Plus. Okay, I'm just gonna say, it has a kind of a spice that has a spread to it.
Ooh.
Like it kind of spreads top layer. But it's still in the baby category.
That's what I was waiting for.
It is. Again, I don't want to be tooting my own horn here when I start choking down here. But nice flavor, a little sweet.
So you were once described by Vulture as the most iconic crier in cinematic history. Is there a physical technique to crying on command, or is it more about invoking an emotional response inside of you?
I think that we have something that's an interesting kind of response in life, which is that when we try to control our emotions, we don't want to cry, we hold our breath. Just remembering to breathe allows, I think, for deeper emotional connection, which thereby is a reaction towards opening yourself up to be able to allow
So a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B when it comes to crying on command.
I mean, or you can just have some serious spicy stuff.
Do you remember the first scene that ever called on you to cry as an actor?
I mean, definitely Ghost scared the crap out of me.
What was that first take like?
I think because it was also to be such a young person dealing with loss of your partner. In reading the script, I was so overwhelmed at the kind of grief that I was going to have to tap into. And I know that there's this kind of, iconic thing about the one eye. I didn't plan that, I have no control over that. That's just how it happened. But that one kind of helped me get over kind of a hurdle of my own.
The block.
Not that it's done it always. There's still emotionally, whenever we have to be vulnerable is not easy. Okay, Scotch bonnet. I have a crunchy cauliflower.
And then, this one has kind of some sweetness up front, and then a back half build kind of wave that hits.
This one definitely has some very nice flavor, very unique. Where is it from?
This one's from Ontario.
Okay, so what's interesting is this has a very, very back end, kind of warm. Not over spicy, but like a little warm.
Yeah, kind of like letting you know we're in the back half over here.
But good because it's more of flavor, not just hot.
There we go.
Okay.
So you've been doing the rounds on late night couches and film junkets for decades, even the time of the Leno heyday and the Letterman heyday.
I mean, literally, I've been doing this for over 45 years.
I'm curious from that side of the table, how have you seen like the talk show dynamic change?
One, I think, that there's aspects that are more playful, like this that you see. Like, where did this come from?
Yeah, that's like case in point right here.
But what an interesting way to make you less self-conscious on one hand, because you're very focused. I'm very focused on what are my next things. I'm really into my task here. Who's Scoville? Do we know? Or is it the actual machine?
No, it was a guy.
A person.
It was a person, yeah. It's a hot sauce scientist of great note.
Look at you have brought him into pop culture.
I know.
Scoville. If he were alive, maybe he is.
I don't think so.
Too much spicy food.
That's what happens to us all.
Okay, are we going?
I'm ready.
Oh, I took a huge bite.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So this one has definitely more spice.
Mm-hmm.
The kind that, if you're not careful, like somebody, it could like suck their air a little bit.
Yeah. It has like a heavy kind of like smokiness to it that I think just like tightens up the chest.
But less flavor and more like, let's see how hot you can have it.
Right.
I mean, it's got like some lingering stuff to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then there's this cumulative effect as we go here. But already,
I mean, just my nose runs, which is so like unattractive, but I'll have to just
7 wings down. So, if you're on a raw vegan diet, like, is there a Thanksgiving dinner dessert that actually hits? Like, whether it's like an almond butter cookie or like a no-bake pie, like, is there something that hits just as good as the classics?
Yeah, but I still have to have my pumpkin pie and pecan. They can do that. They can do like a vegan-ish version that's just as good. I mean, you can't not have like graham cracker crust pumpkin pie. Ginger snap cookies in dipping sauce. And the dipping sauce is essentially just frosting, like powdered sugar frosting.
I'm taking notes over here.
This is excellent. Ginger snap, slightly undercooked so they're soft. And then you dip it. And then, occasionally you can get cookie shrapnel in there, but it's okay. You can just keep...
It's all part of the
It's
fun.
like a little adding to it, yes. Highly recommend.
So, Demi,
Yes, sir?
this next wing is called Da Bomb Beyond Insanity.
Okay.
If this doesn't put you on your heels, then we might have to find something that does.
What's in it? I can't read it. Shit. See, this is what happens. Let's see. Oh, it's not telling us. Let's see, Da Bomb. It's spicy.
Yeah. And
mean-
it does kind of grow from here.
You look like you're hurting over there.
Demi, I need you to hold my hand through this whole experience.
I can.
Usually I try to support, but I might need to lean on you in this situation. It never gets easier for me.
Yeah, this one is like, it's just kind of ugly.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
I mean, it's not a nice one.
No redeeming culinary qualities whatsoever.
You know, they do say people who eat spicy food, you know, that the whole trick of that is that it bypasses the taste buds and it activates the pain response.
Yeah.
Which is, it emits the drug that, which is why people who like spicy food continue to eat spicy food.
Right, that's the endorphin rush that you kind of
Yes.
get off of it, and I kind of get it at this time of the
The
show.
oxytocin.
Which I think is kind of fun.
Woo!
The oxytocin. I'm riding the oxytocin
Hey, baby,
right
let's
now.
give me the next one.
All right, wait, real quick.
Okay. Oh, do we have questions?
Oh, yeah,
Sorry.
sorry. So, there's a game that I like to play whenever we have an actor as prolific and timeless as you on the show called Name That Tagline, okay?
Oh my God, I'm gonna be terrible.
Where I
Gwyneth was
give you
amazing. Okay,
the
go ahead.
tagline to a Demi Moore movie, and you
Okay.
try to connect it to the movie. Does
Okay.
that sound good?
I'll give it my best.
All right. One man will stop at nothing to keep his honor. Another will stop at nothing to find the truth.
A Few Good Men?
A Few Good Men.
Ooh, okay, that's one.
Failure is not an option.
G.I. Jane.
G.I. Jane, that's 2 for 2.
Okay.
How about this? A love that will last forever.
It has to be Ghost.
It is Ghost.
Okay.
You're 3 for 3.
Wow, okay.
A husband, a wife, a billionaire.
Indecent Proposal.
There you go.
Okay.
Sex is power.
Sex is power. That has to be Disclosure. Okay.
What an incredible run.
I did-
through the
I did
tagline
okay.
game.
I did
Did
okay.
better than you
Thank
thought
you.
you would. And speaking of exceeding expectations,
Yes.
you have just conquered the bomb beyond insanity,
Yes.
meaning we have only 2 more wings to go. This next one
We have another super red one.
is called Arbol Scorpion.
Arbol. And so is it in fact the scorpion? Pepper?
Yep, that's right.
Okay.
You are informed to me.
Thank you. Minus the nose running. It's like, you know, putting on the lip stuff to plump you up, right?
That's
Are they
right.
looking good? Yeah, it's nice. It's all right.
I
Horrible
love it.
scorpion. I mean, I'm a Scorpio, so maybe I should be
You guys
appreciating the
mesh.
scorpion. It's all right. Sorry.
So the New York Times once labeled you as the most high-profile doll collector, and I've heard you contemplate the idea of one day opening like a doll museum.
I also have a moderate collection of oversized items.
Which I love, by the way. So you have like a 6-foot-long butcher's knife and things
I do
like that,
indeed.
right?
I have giant tennis rackets, giant boxing gloves. For me, I love the ones that are real, just not that are in a different scale.
Does having that kind of interest, does it ever make you think about just the size of things in general? And is there ever a
Completely.
time where like this oversized item, you actually think that it's like more practical than like the normal size version?
I think the idea of scale is something that sparks something in us and challenges our sense of reality, of what we see as normal, which I think is a healthy thing. And in general, it just makes you laugh. I mean, when I see my giant clipboard, it just brings me joy. My giant pencil, joy. And as do my miniature things that are normally large that are small. But a big chair I enjoy greatly.
Well, that makes 2 of us to me.
Okay, do we have to open this one? Okay, sorry, let me shake it. I'm just finding a good spot in my soggy cauliflower. Okay. Okay, ready?
Ready. I'm catching.
You all right
Whoa,
over there?
Yeah.
Did
I'm
it
doing
catch
good.
the back of your throat there?
I'm doing good. I'm just, you know what? I'm trying to put on like a stronger front for you, Demi. That's what I find myself doing here right now.
I mean, I wish I could say that it was, you know, over the top and I would be like, oh my God. Ah. That's why I said, do you have one stronger?
Well, we'll stress test the production right now, Demi. But look at you taking on the wings of death working all the way to the end of the gauntlet without breaking a sweat. And to close things out, what I want to do is I want to thank you so much for coming in on your actual birthday to do Hot Ones. We've brought you an ice cream
Oh my
cake.
God.
Thank you, Victoria.
Thank you so much. Oh my God.
And the best gift of all is perhaps knowing that you're done over here to
I'm
celebrate
done.
Thanksgiving before you blow out the candles. Is there something you're especially thankful for this year?
Thankful for this experience. I'm thankful for the opportunity to be present, and yeah, I am just deeply grateful for every day. Every day. That's it. Deeply grateful for my beautiful cake. That's it. My family, my little dog.
Well, I'm deeply grateful that you would come in and do Hot Ones on your
My
birthday.
birthday.
Look at you, Demi
Literally,
Moore.
it was the best way to spend my birthday. Thank you.
Taking on the wings of death, living to tell the tale, and now there's nothing left to do but roll out the red carpet for you. This
Okay.
camera, this camera, this camera, let the people know what you have going on in your
What I
life.
have going on? Well, obviously The Substance, which I encourage you all to go out and see in the theater. I have Landman, a show with Taylor Sheridan that opens November 17th, so it'll be already streaming. And I'm getting ready to go shoot with Boots Riley in Atlanta on a great fun movie. So that's it. Rock and roll. Thank you. Okay, blowing out the candles.
Yes.
Pinche's Burritos. Have you ever eaten there?
Yeah.
So if you ever eat another burrito there, which weekly I go, and I have a special one that I order, but I always get it with their Diablo sauce.
Diablo sauce.
I highly recommend trying it.
I
And
will on your
even for
Yeah.
me, I have to watch how much goes in.
Yeah.
So-
you can't overdo it.
No, because it makes me hiccup, and if it's too much, it's like it's true to its name.
Well, you know what? It led you all the way to this moment to rock
There you
this
go.
to me.
Woo!
You love Truth or Dab in the even spicier Refresh Edition, and now we're turning up the temperature and raising the stakes with our brand new Hot Ones Roulette. It's an explosively hilarious push your luck party game filled with suspense, consequence, and of course, hot sauce. The game is simple. Roll the dice of doom, flip a card, and try to avoid the dab at all costs. Hot Ones Roulette is available at wildertoys.com. That's wildertoys.com to get your hands on Hot Ones Roulette. Godspeed and be careful around the eyes.